Mini Bikes 140 Group A in association with Motos out for their second heat in just a moment, and we'll have a look at how they line up riders in the waiting zone and underway in just a few moments. So here's the lineup. Ben Lord from Rhys Stevenson, Will Lathrope in third, Jim Lovell, Richard Holmes-Williams and Michael Med rounding out the second row. Rest of the top 10 made up of Mick Lord, Daniel Pearson, Stuart Hardman, Charlie Hopkins in 10th, Ty Butler, Jake Whittaker in 12th position. 13th for Chase Collymore from Carl Sanders, Tommy Almond, Rob Overend, Oliver Linsdell and Ryan Clark in 18th position. David Barfoot 19th from Adam Jamieson, Paul Mitchell, Gary Jacobs, Shane Hopkins and Jack Wolf lining up in 24th place. Rest of the top 30 made up of Nathan Smith, Nathan Gardner, Darren Coleman, Craig Rowland, Jamie Goffin and Harry Clark in 30th place. Kevin Clark 31st. David Wilkins in 32nd from Scott Dermott, Ian Gamble, Dan Baker and Michael Briggs in 36th place. Marcus Burton 37th, Mark Goff, Ryan Jeffrey 39th, Mark James Cogfield, Harry Pell and David Linsdell in 42nd place. 42 rider grid. Most of them I think still in the race as well, so the riders now making their way down the waiting zone. We should be seeing them coming out of the first corner very shortly and out onto the track, and there they are. So a healthy entry of riders in the Motos Mini Bike 140 heat number 2. Most of the big hitters qualifying near the front of the grid. And a nice shout out there actually from Keely Garbutt, who's watching today. Well done to Kobe. Superb riding by all riders. You should all be proud of yourselves, and I would firmly echo that viewpoint as well. It's fantastic racing here today as a spectator. Now, I've never competed myself in mini bikes. Perhaps it's one thing to perhaps we're on the bucket list, I don't know, but certainly enjoy watching it and commentating on it. But I've been experienced with this in the past in particularly motocross racing is my background, and do a bit of karting as well. And when it's hot like this, it's certainly pleasant enough, but it can be tough out there when you're competing out on the track. Of course, the protective gear, everyone else trackside all in the shorts and the t-shirts today, but when you're out on track, you're in your, whatever discipline you're in either your leathers or your race suit, or with the motocross, you've got the body armor on as well. They've got the helmets and the boots on. Gets a bit hot out there when it's like this, so in its own way tough conditions for the riders, but they're all responding very well, and we had some fantastic racing. A lot of the youth classes there really putting on some spectacular racing. We had some close racing in the vets and the mini bike classes as well. And of course for these riders lining up at the front of the field, we've got a big group of riders making their way out now, and as we saw earlier on, some nervous moments for the guys on the front couple of rows of the grid. Tension's always there at the start line. We did the grid walk earlier, and of course, and a lot of the riders talked about the nerves. I think that's something that you always have at the start of a race, especially when you're at the front of the grid like that. You're just looking at how you're going to get around those first few corners first. Especially with such a big group of riders like this, a bad start. Last thing you want really in terms of the first half lap or so. So everyone just looking to see how they can get away from the grid well, get through those first few corners, stay out of trouble. And I'd say just cutting back to the YouTube footage here, I think the YouTube comments, Kobe Garbutt really does have quite a fan club online, I would say. Melanie Tatlock getting in touch saying, well done Kobe, very proud. Don't forget, of course, comment on the YouTube to give your rider a shout out. We'll pick those up throughout the day. In the meantime, though, it's the Mini Bike 140s in association with Motos. And away they go. Looks like a good start. Everyone gets away cleanly into the first corner. Rhys Stevenson with a good start there. Will Lathrope also well placed with Richard Holmes-Williams. They pile through the first corner. Everyone seems to have got through those first two corners cleanly, and it's Lord right alongside Stevenson. Lord's got the line into the centre S's and retakes the lead. Rhys Stevenson right on his tail in second. Tries the outside, but going to lose out on the exit of the corner. And has got to be careful here because we've got Richard Holmes-Williams, Jim Lovell, Michael Med all in there as well. Almost 5 riders battling for one position as they make their way through, and with the sweep on the outside, Rhys Stevenson goes through into the lead. It is possible to get a nice drive on the outside line going through Brooklands hairpin, and that's what Stevenson's done there as he takes the lead through Carter's Curve they go. Just listen to the riders as they pile through that curve for the first time. Plenty of midfield battles going on as well. The leaders make their way round Honda for the first time. And Stevenson leads the way, but Lord's having a look down the inside. Daniel Pearson in there too. And look at Lathrop. Brave move there from 5th through to 2nd place. Almost had a run on the race leader as well. But a fantastic move there from Will Lathrop. Shout out for Dasher Platt there. Go Scott Dermott. As the rest of the field make their way through. Stevenson now battling back into the lead on the inside of the exit of the centre S's, but Lord's got a decent run there on the exit of the corner. Here they come down towards the Brooklands hairpin. Ben Lord 48. Losing a little bit of ground there. Stevenson pulls away at the front. So that was a shout out there for Scott Dermott, currently running in 31st position on the 87, battling with Mark Goff as back at the front. Oh, look at Lathrop again. He's very brave to put the bike in those positions. You've got to be assertive there going into the corner, but not be too rash to cause an incident. But I think there that Lathrop's got the balance absolutely right as he makes his way down the back straight. Still the 1-2-3 of Reece Stevenson that leads. Lord in 2nd, Lathrop 3rd. Lathrop having a look down the inside. Oh, and snatches 2nd place again. Aggressive but fair riding there from Will Lathrop. Just put the bike down the inside, took the apex away from Lord, who immediately fight back on the exit of the corner, and Ben Lord back into 2nd position. Daniel Pearson 5th. Jim Loveland up to 4th position now, moves up a couple of places. Michael Med in 6th, Richard Holmes Williams in 7th, Mick Lord in 8th position, Ty Butler. And Chase Collymore on the move. He gets into the top 10 on the 131, so Chase Collymore a little bit further behind. Rider down on the first corner, but doesn't appear to be anything too serious. Wave yellows go up. The race goes on, of course, and Reece Stevenson starts to pull away. Will Lathrop has now dropped a little bit in 3rd, but still well and truly in the race. I can tell you the fallen rider has managed to push the bike away from the track, so we have got a clear race circuit as the race goes on. Here they come up towards the final corner. Clear track in front of them. Reece Stevenson pulls away slightly, and this is where Lathrop's strong as they make their way into the first corner. Not close enough to go for a pass this time. He's going to try on the exit though. But Ben Lord 48 in 2nd has got the line covered. 1-2-3, Reece Stevenson is your race leader as they make their way up towards the centre S's once again. Lord trying the outside. He's got a run on Stevenson, the race leader. Stevenson's got the line through the S's though. But Ben Lord closing up there. Got a nice drive out of the first hairpin. Can't shake off Will Lathrop in 3rd. Now this could be interesting with the battle here with 2nd and 3rd place. Lathrop may not want to be too aggressive to try and get past Ben Lord here. They might want to work together here and try and close up on the race leader, because next time round will be the last lap. So you would say here 2nd and 3rd might want to hold position, but no, Lathrop's got other ideas. He snatches 2nd place, gets a nice run through the chicane up to the final corner. This one I think again will go down to the wire as Lathrop coming around the final corner now. Tries the outside sweep, just trying to cut on the inside there of Stevenson, but oh, Lord fighting back as the last lap board goes out. Ben Lord down the inside, but Lathrop's got the sweep on the outside here. Back into the 2nd position. Lord still right in there. So look down the track, 1 or 2 tail enders in there as well. This could be a factor in the race as well as Lord has a look down the inside into the centre S's, but Stevenson's got the drive on the outside, gets the outside sweep through the centre S's for the final time. Mick Lord on the move, incidentally, up to 6th position. And Daniel Pearson moves up to 4th place. But all the focus here as the rest of the midfield runners go screaming over the line. Action throughout the field. None more so at the front here as Ben Lord and Will Lathrop start to fight for position. This could allow Reece Stevenson to pull away as they make their way through Carter's Curve for the final time. Lord closing up though through the chicane. Lathrop right at his tail, all 3 riders still in contention. Slow rider in front, but shouldn't be a factor as they make their way down the final corner. Here they come. And down the finish line straight they go. It's going to be close to the line. Stevenson crosses the line in 1st place. Lord in 2nd, Will Lathrop 3rd. And just a little bit further behind there we have Jim Lovell, Mick Lord, Ty Butler in 7th place, Richard Holmes-Williams in 8th, Chase Collymore 9th, Jake Whittaker rounding out the top 10 just ahead of Stuart Hardman and Charlie Hopkins in 12th place. But there's our race winner, Rhys Stevenson. He really had to fight hard for that one. Wins by 0.3 of a second, which compared to some of our races you would say is almost a night and day, but Stevenson there with a good race victory there. And again on that AMR machine. Debuted that Ella Park a little bit earlier, last round of the championship, of course, at Ella Park. He debuted that machine and certainly seems to have taken to the AMR machine quite nicely, but Ben Lord and Will Lathrop certainly keeping him honest on those final 2 laps. The top 3 riders covered by just half a second, so yet another close race. That was the Saimoto Minibike 140 heat number 2. We move on to our next race in the calendar, backed of course by Motul Oils. It's the